Can you like tell me like your name, your age, and who you are?
My name is Tyrone Douglas. I'm 32. Who am I? First off, I'm an addict. You know, and, that's why I took the drug court program. You know, to try to find myself. You know, because it was hard when I was out there using to try to figure out who I was, because I was so wrapped up in just that part of life, just using. You know, hanging out in the streets. Now today, I can say, you know, I'm a respectable adult. You know, I live life. You know, I take on life's, you know, difficulties every day, struggles. You know, live life on life's terms, which I wasn't used to doing before.
And where did you grow up?
Well, I grew up in Baltimore.
Okay.
I lived out there for probably till I was like 13. And then, you know, from I was born up until the age of maybe 12, you know, I had a smooth life, anything I wanted. After that, when I started hanging out in the streets, that's when it started getting rough for me, you know, and not coming home. You know, when I did come home, I had to be escorted by the police because my family wouldn't let me in because they figured that since I wanted to be out like an adult, they were going to treat me like an adult, they would make me stay out, you know, so. And after a while after that, you know, I moved to Montgomery County to Albany, Maryland with my grandma. You know, that's when things really got different. Because, you know, I'm sure you know, as grandmothers, they give you that leniency. So it wasn't really too many rules, even though I was still young. And she always told me, you know, once you reach high school, it's going to change. And I was like, oh, no, I'm good. But yeah, once I reached high school, that's when I started getting in trouble. You know, so, yeah, like I said, I'm really from Baltimore. I've been out here since I was 13 in Montgomery County, up until the age of now.
And what is like your earliest memory of like Baltimore, or like living with your grandmother when you were 13 when you moved out here? Earliest memory. It could be good, bad, funny, exciting, anything.
Well, the memory that sticks with me the most is, you know, basically the stress that I put on my grandma. And I had got locked up back and forth. And just how while I was incarcerated, she passed away. So for maybe like the first 6 months of her being passed away, I always thought it was my fault because of all the stress and how they got put upon. You know? So everything that sits in the back of my mind, you know what I'm saying? Like when I go see her grave, you know, that always sticks with me. And I always ask the Lord, like, you know, am I the reason? You know what I'm saying? But so.
And like, what can you tell me about like your parents?
Well, my mom, she's still an active addiction. My daddy passed away when I was 2. So I never really had my parents. My parents were my uncle and my aunt when I was living in Baltimore. And then my grandmother when I came home. You know, like my mom, I see her off and on, you know. But like I said, while I'm trying to get myself together, I can't really hang around her because she's still drinking and using. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's kind of rough, you know what I'm saying, not be able to be around my mom, you know what I'm saying, even though we right in the same vicinity of each other. But it's just something I got to do for myself, you know. So, I mean, it's hard not, you know, growing up without a father. But I mean, my uncle played a role to the fullest, so, you know.
And what has changed over the years? So, like, living in like your grandmother's house and in Baltimore, or like wherever you live right now, what has changed about you, about like?
First of all, what's changed is structure. Because right now I live in a sober house.
Okay.
So I just got a PRC last Wednesday.
Okay.
So I haven't really been out that long. You know, I came to drug court. I came to drug court originally in 2012. Okay. But I got in trouble, so I had to go to DOC for a while.
Okay.
And I came back in May, so I was in PRC, which is like a halfway house. So
how do you like the sober house?
I mean, it's okay. You know, I mean, it's just like having your own. Except you live with a whole bunch of guys. You know, so you know, sometimes that can be rough. You know what I'm saying? Live with a whole bunch of guys, a whole bunch of different personalities. You know, but for the most part, you know, it's a group of cool dudes. You know what I'm saying? So It's alright. I mean, it's better than I just feel like I'm in a better spot now than I would have been if I would have never took the program. You know, because who knows where I'd be at right now.
And do you have any like siblings?
Yeah, I got 6 sisters and I got 3 brothers.
Are you one of the oldest?
My oldest is a sister. I'm the second oldest.
Oh, okay.
So I got an older sister who lives in Frederick. I got 2 younger brothers. They up DOC right now as we speak. Doing some time for some charges. So you know, like, and I feel like because of what my mom, the way my mom acts and what she put us through, you know, all of her kids are kind of like the black sheep of the family. You know, so me and my sister, we really don't see each other because we was all split up. You know, I went with my grandma, a couple sisters went with my aunts and uncles. You know, my brothers went with my sisters. So we all split up everywhere. So when we do see each other, it might be off to just run across you at the metro station or something. Like, oh, what's up? Yeah. You know, but so yeah, I mean, but you know, we all still love each other. It's just things different for everybody right now. So you know.
What was it like growing up with like your sisters and your brothers?
Well, I grew up around my older sister and my sister that's underneath of me. All the rest of my mom's kids, as she had them, they got taken away. So I only really grew up with my 2 sisters. You know, as I got older, well, living with my sisters with my grandma, you know, it was kind of rough. I was the only boy, you know, with the 2 girls, and you know. But I mean, for the most part, you know, we got along. I mean, it's always gonna be fights and stuff like that, arguing, stuff like that, you know, teasing one another. Yeah. But for the most part, you know, we got along real well. I mean, we're the closest. You know, not saying that I don't know the rest of my siblings, but you know, us 3 are the closest because we grew up together. Yeah. You know, so we still speak. But you know, I went to school together. Except for my oldest, me and my younger, we went to school together, middle school, high school. So we was like side by side the whole way growing up, you know. So.
Oh, did you have a nickname growing up with your 2 sisters?
Yeah, Bone.
Bone? Is it still your nickname now?
Yeah. You know, why'd you get that nickname?
Because I was skinny. You know, I started gaining weight now because, you know, I don't use anymore. So, but back in the day, you know, ripping and running, real bony. You know, so.
Do you have any like best friends or with like your sisters? Like,
right now?
Yeah. Like,
right now, no, I don't have any best friends. You know, like the only friends I had was the friends when I was getting high. You know, the only reason they were my friends because we get high together. Yeah. So now that I'm sober, I don't really put myself around the people anymore. You know, I mean, I got associates, you know, that I speak to. Hey, how you doing? This and that. But as far as hanging out, I don't do too much of that because I know me. And if I do too much, I start getting comfortable. Yeah. I start getting comfortable. I start losing focus. I start losing focus. I start getting in trouble. Yeah. You know, so.
Yeah, I feel you. Did you like enjoy school at all like, growing up?
Actually, kind of, sort of, yeah. I did like school, not for the reasons that most people like school. I like school for the females. So I didn't have a problem getting up in the morning to go to school. You know, you know, so you know, like I said, when I was in middle school, I was in Gifted and Talented. You know, so. But then, like I said, I got to high school, I started to smoke weed. So all that kind of got swept under the rug. You know, I just started hanging with the wrong crowd. You know, that's was really the main purpose of going to school after that. You know, was to go to school, meet up with whoever, and then skip. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So.
What are your best memories of high school?
The parties.
You
know, females. That's it. You know, I mean, you know, I like math. You know, I like math a lot. You know, and I still work on it because it's been a while since I've been in school. You know, I dropped out of school in 11th grade. But then in 2001, I got my GED when I was incarcerated. So, you know what I'm saying? But even up to the day, I still work on my math just to keep it in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, because I like counting money. So.
That's what you need it. That's what you need it, man. Do you have like a significant other, like a girlfriend right now, or?
Right now, yeah, I have a girlfriend. We've been together 9 years.
Okay.
You know, we've been together since March 5th of 2005. So it'll be 10 years in March next year. So and that's really been my backbone. You know, like when I started going through everything with the system and everything, she's been like right here with me throughout everything. You know what I'm saying? So I owe her a lot of respect.
Yeah. How'd you meet her?
I met her when I just came home from jail, and that's the reason why I think I clicked with her so much, because when I first came home in 2004 December, I didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not nothing. I have the clothes on my back. You know what I'm saying? She accepted me for that. You know, didn't ask me for nothing. So, you know, I met her at a bar. You know, and then we just clicked from there. 9 years later, we still rolling. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids with her. You know, 'cause she's kind of a little older. So, you know, she already had her kids. So, but I look at her kids as mine. She look at mine as hers.
How did you get into using drugs?
It's crazy that you asked that, because I just spoke on that yesterday. As far as getting caught up in drugs, my mom, you know, when I was younger, she used to get high in front of us. You know, when I was younger, to me, being so young and not really knowing what's going on, I thought that was that was normal.
Yeah.
You know, so as I got older, I thought that the drug scene was normal for everybody. You know, and then a little bit came up from peer pressure, you know, and went from smoking weed to now my drug of choice is PCP.
Yeah.
You know, that really messed me up a lot, you know what I mean? But so I'm gonna just say, you know, seeing it as I was younger, thinking it was right, thinking it was cool, thinking it was the right thing to do, that's how I got mixed up in it, you know. And then just hanging out with the wrong crowd, I got older, you know, trying to be cool for the females.
How did what was your first day like when you were incarcerated? You had that certain time.
I'm sad. You know, my first sentence was 18 months. You know, so I was only 18. So that was my first time being locked up, thinking I'm coming home, and the judge told me I'm 18 months. So it didn't sit well with me. And when I was younger, I had a real bad anger problem. So when the sheriff got into it downstairs, because, like I said, me not being locked up, I'm thinking I can argue my way out of during this time, not knowing that, you know, ain't nothing we can do. So it was sad, you know, for the first couple of months. But as time went by, I just learned to deal with it, you know, and started talking to my people like, you know, you put yourself there, you got to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? So after a while, you know, and I got used to it. Well, I ain't gonna say used to it, but, you know, I started coping with it. So, and I think that's really kind of sort of how it starts off. You know, you start coping with it, and then you start thinking like, you know, you get locked up, it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I look at it a lot. Like, oh, I get locked up, it ain't nothing. I go ahead and do 2-3 months. Come home, it's not nothing. Not knowing that when I'm doing time, my loved ones doing time with me. It's hurt. I'm hurting them also. So.
What was your last day like from the first time you got?
My last day?
Yeah.
Like, you mean coming home?
Yeah.
Oh, exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't wait to get out.
Yeah.
You know, but back then it was more so, you know, I wasn't trying to get out, go be with my family. It was more so, because I'm still young, it was more so to get out. I'm trying to go smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go drink, I'm trying to go party. You know? And now, this last time, I got out this time, in May, it was more so, I'm trying to go be with my kids, I'm trying to go be with my family. You know, so, yeah.
Do you what do you think were the reasons why you got locked up again at the first time when you first got out? What led to you like going back in?
Insanity. Doing the same things.
Yeah.
Getting the same results. You know, I'm thinking that something gonna change. Or since I'm in there thinking about, okay, I messed up like this, so maybe if I do it differently this time, I won't get caught. You know. And then it plays out like that, you know.
How did being incarcerated change you?
It changed me And for one, it made me start respecting man, you know. And living with a man in a room, you know, living with a man in a cell, really opened my eyes up, you know. And like I said, living with a man in a cell really opened my eyes up to a lot, you know. Having to see your people, you know, behind glass, you know, not being able to touch them. Kids come to see you, want to know why they can't come with you, why you can't come home with them, you know. Lying to my daughters on the phone, asking me where I'm at. Oh, I'm in school, Mama, I can't, you know, I'm studying for something. You know, not really want to lie, but just feeling like that's the best thing for them at the time.
What are some lessons that you learned from that part of your life?
Being incarcerated?
Yeah.
Follow the rules, you know, first and foremost. You know, stop trying to always get over, you know, because that's mainly what really get me incarcerated. Trying to get over, trying to beat the system, you know, and every time, you know, I get the same results. Just learn to respect myself, you know, not worry about what the next person thinks, you know. As long as I'm okay with it, then I'm good with that, you know. So,
do you how do you feel about the system? What do you think about it? Nah, you say say what you know. Say what you want to say.
I mean, as far as the system goes, you know, I just feel like, you know, once you're in it, it's hard to get out of it, you know. Like, it's easy to get in it, but it's hard to get out of it, you know. And, I mean, I know it's here for reasons, you know. Now that I'm in this program, I look at the system a little differently because, you know, anytime somebody says system, you think of motherfucking judges trying to lock you up, motherfucking police out to get you, you know. But after being in drug court, you see you got a lot of people in the system that really care about you, you know what I'm saying? Like, speaking for one, Ashley K, you know what I mean? Like, that's my, you know, and problem with the system, you know.
Last question. Basically, like, do you have anything that you want to say? Like, is there anything that we didn't talk about? I mean, I get all the questions, but like, what are you proud of in your life?
What I'm proud of in my life, I'm proud to have a job. You know, I had my job for 2 years, as long as I ever worked in my life, you know, besides selling drugs. You know, the respect I get off my job, you know, showing up today, you know, having that respect from people, you know, instead of having people look down upon me, you know. I'm sure I don't know if you was in there when I read my paper, you know, but it was my job, but, you know, it kind of felt good to apologize to them. So they made a mistake, you know what I'm saying, that it wasn't me this time. So, you know, that stuff feel good nowadays, you know, so. You know, man, I'm proud of myself. You know what I'm saying? I got a year clean, sober, the longest I ever had, that, besides being incarcerated.